about, just because it's that this is the personal family arm. So we'll start on this one.
Okay, cool. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so then that makes sense for your family stuff to be on the strongest hand, right?
For sure. Cool. Choose. Do we want to get people up here one by one to choose? Because then, if you have a specific idea of what a tattoo would be, you go. That's a Batman sticker, by the way. It's a plaster. I've got a Batman plaster. It's not a tattoo. The Penguin. The Penguin is a child's TV program called Pingu. From Sweden? Iceland. Should watch it. It's the weirdest program you'll ever watch. That you think they're speaking in like their own language, but it is actually Icelandic. But it's like this little baby penguin who walks around with a little rucksack. The theme tune is like. So that was actually a bro tap that I got with Harry from One Direction. He got Pingu there, and I got Pingu there. So that's probably one of the less.
And right next to the penguin, he has the word meow right next to it.
Well, that was I tattooed a TV host in Canada. I tattooed a paw on her arm on screen. I tattooed a paw on her arm on screen, and then I felt bad that I'd obviously inked her skin, and then so she wrote meow on mine. I just said write anything.
There you go. Anyone else want to come up here? How about you?
The Gingerbread Man. That was done in Birmingham. That was just before I did a whole string of gigs there. That was my tattoo artist's idea. He was because I got Puss in Boots from Shrek after a song I have called "Wake Me Up," which mentions Shrek, and he said get the Gingerbread Man from Shrek as well. So that kind of ties into the "Wake Me Up" thing as well. Yeah. Cool.
Very nice. How about you on the end?
Random. The leaf. This leaf was my first trip to Canada. Yeah.
Maple leaf.
Maple leaf. Yeah. So yeah, that was that basically. I played the Much Music Awards. It's kind of.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like. I don't know what the equivalent would be like. Like the KCAs kind of thing, like Kids Choice. But yeah, is that? Thank you. But yeah, I'll explain the other ones as well. Just to be quick.
You got puzzles on there.
The puzzle pieces. Yeah, my friends at home have all got one puzzle piece tattooed on them. Even if they don't if they're not tattoo people, they'll have one puzzle piece. So all these puzzle pieces are all my friends from back home, and they all join up. And there's one missing piece. For the missing piece.
Well, I don't have a tattoo, so maybe I should get a puzzle piece, maybe.
Yeah, but then we're going to have to elope and have kids.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So there's this drawing. Damien Rice drew this drawing for me when I was about 11, and it's just a picture of me with a plane above me going like this because I'd flown over to see him. I got the
snowflake.
It's a snowflake with angel wings. Yeah, because the A-Team came out when I was on tour with Snow Patrol here. So that's the Snow Patrol symbol, but also the snowflakes from the song and the angel wings for the angels to fly.
Oh wow!
And then the two hands are from my Small Bumps song. The Goat is a cafe that I like called the Dancing Goat. I got the World when it was released worldwide and the album was released.
Right.
This swirly thing is a thing from Van Gogh has a painting called Starry Night that Don McLean, who did American Pie, has a song called Vincent, which is basically that Starry Night. Koala is Australia, Kiwi is New Zealand, this Japanese single is Japan, some Bon Iver lyrics he wrote down. I got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Got that in Philadelphia.
And you have a Heinz ketchup bottle.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
When you said something about a missing piece, who is you've been on tour for quite a while. Is there any love interest, or do you not find time for that, or you're always on the road, or anything like that?
I don't know. I think it's very easy to keep it quiet if it is happening.
Yeah, because like your personal time is your personal time.
My answer's always the same, and it's nothing's going on.
Cool. Very nice.
just true.
And then once he, you know, it's kind of like when people start a relationship, they change their Facebook status for everyone else to know. And when you're ready to do
I've never
that,
done that. You know? I've been in two relationships so far. Yeah, no, 3 relationships so far in my life, and I've never changed my Facebook status. Yeah, to that.
one was the Lego girl.
Yeah. And actually, you haven't heard any other songs about the other 2, so. Yeah.
So that's going to be material for the next couple of albums, maybe.
Yeah, I think the next album's a little bit happier. You know, it's a less depressed album.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll be less. I don't know. The first album had a lot of life on it. It was a lot of me living in weird situations, so writing songs about weird situations. The next album will probably be more love songs than
Who's got weird situations? Anyone? Just a couple of people. Everyone else is perfect. Oh, wow.
I mean,
that's awesome.
But I mean, there won't be songs. There probably won't be songs like the A-Team on there, for instance,
Right.
Or You Need Me, I Don't Need You. Because to be honest, You Need Me, I Don't Need You. When I wrote that song, that was a frustration about the music industry, and for the last 2 years, I have nothing to complain about. No one's really. And the weirdest thing is, when I wrote You Need Me, I Don't Need You, it was because everyone was saying you need to write more songs like this. You need to write more songs like love songs and kind of James Blunt-esque songs and do stuff like this. And I got an email I sent the head of my label a new song the other day, and he emailed me back being like, can you write more songs like You Need Me, I Don't Need You? And I was like, well no, for a start, but it's quite funny that it's come around to the point that...
Well, it's kind of like Sarah Bareilles, that love song that she said, and the people were like, hey, you need to write a love song. And she's like, I'm not going to write you a love song if you ask for it.
Yeah. But she did, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
She kind of defeated her point there a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really have that much anger in me at the moment. I'm happy, so I think yeah, the songs that come out are going to be more love than.
Well, thank you for flipping me the bird. That's pretty nice.
Should we do three more questions and I'll play the last song?
Yeah. So, okay, yeah.
Okay, yes, okay.
She has a lot of questions.
It's just the same one. Do you ever play any of your older songs? Like, one of my favorites is Last Night.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't actually. No, I don't really play my older songs. I've been kind of watching Taylor every night, and when just before I play my song with Taylor, she has a section where she will just pick out a random song from any of her 4 records and just play it. But I think the problem is, like, she's had 4 records that have sold over 5 million copies each, and I've had 1 album that's done very well, and I've had a lot of EPs that have. Some people have heard the song, some people haven't. So I think if I was to play an old song now, probably you and one other person would be like, yes. But the rest of the crowd would be like, what's this song?
Well, can you play a little bit?
Yes.
Maybe?
Or of All My Life, either one. Both are my faves. All My Life! All My Life.
Don't sing all of it, because I want the last one. That you're going to sing. And everybody wants the last one too. Just a little piece.
The start of All My Life.
But All My Life isn't my song.
I know,
okay.
or you could do Last Night. Last Night's my favorite.
I went out late last night.
Yeah.
And cold air met me. Lost the glint on my shoes and walked home in bare feet. And I'll stay away till the morning greets me. And I'll stay away tonight, this day, more than fire is burning up. Yeah, it is.
Wow. Yeah, that's the first time I've heard anything. You know? That's pretty incredible.
I've been trying to give that song to someone for a while, for someone else to sing, because it kind of, when I recorded it, it kind of turned into a like Blink-182 rock
right.
song.
So who would you want out of all the artists out there, who would you want to sing that?
I sent it to Cody Simpson's manager for him.
Okay.
So I don't know if he kind of does a bit more surf stuff. So I don't know if he'll end up singing it. I don't know really. I'm not too precious with my songs. I know some there are a lot of artists out there that kind of get hung up on credibility and stuff like that, but I think a good song is a good song, and it doesn't really matter who sings it as long as they sing it with.
You just want to share it.
As long as they sing it well, you know. I'm not gonna just.
You don't want to give it to me.
Do you want to sing it?
No, I can't sing. So.
2 more questions? You had one.
In your song, You Need Me, I Don't Need You, how long did it take to get the fast verses?
In You Need Me. See, I wrote that song when I was 15, and when it started off, it was very, very, very slow. It was more of a kind of You need me, man, I don't need you. So when I started playing it at gigs, it was that slow, and then just over time, it just got faster and faster. So there was never a point where I had to learn how to sing it fast. I'll tell you what the real problem on the album was. Is in You and I, the second verse for that. I wrote that. The original demo for You and I, it was a lot slower. It was like, and then when the rap came in, it was like, everybody said we'd be together forever. But then the recorded version is, everybody said we'd be together forever. So like, it was a lot harder to do.
We have a morning show, Ace and TJ, who is also up in Charlotte as well, and you performed. You performed for their Christmas show, their holiday show. And it was so amazing up at Dixie's Tavern up there, and everyone is singing and keeping up with the words that you were singing for that song. It was just amazing.
It creeps me out on that song though, because you get like, I've messed up the words a couple of times with that one, because when I get to the fast bit, I look at the front row to see if anyone is doing it, and they're usually just going. And then there's one person who's doing the right lyrics, and you kind of focus on them, and you're like, cool. And then they mess up, and then you mess up, because you're following them, and then they go. And then you go. Yeah, so it's kind of and you kind of get in that situation. So You Need Me wasn't that hard to master. Sometimes I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I just drift off on stage and start thinking about other things. Like honestly, this genuinely happened when I played Terminal 5 in New York. I was playing Kiss Me, and I just started thinking about something else. Just like, I wonder what I'm going to do tomorrow.
So what's the number one thing that you think about when you're just up there singing and, what about these rafters?
Well, yesterday, for instance, when I was playing Lego House at the gig, just before the gig, I'd got sent loads of photographs of like this baby giraffe. Has anyone ever seen a baby giraffe?
Yes.
They're so cool. So it's just like this little baby giraffe being fed. And in my head, I get a couple of weeks off at the end of the year, and in my head I was like, oh, when I get a couple of weeks off, wouldn't it be wicked to just go and like hang out with like baby animals? It's odd, but yeah, I start thinking about that. But what happened at Terminal 5 is I'm singing Kiss Me, and I drift off, and I just sung the first verse again and didn't realise it, and then came back to it, and then finished the gig, and like it didn't even occur to me, but I kind of drifted off, and I just sung the first verse again. And after the gig, my manager was like, you sung the first verse again and you kissed me, like, did you forget the words or anything? And I was like, no, I thought I sang it fine, but I watched it back and
Fair enough.
It happened.
Okay, one more question. Anyone? That's it?
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
What is your opinion on llamas?
Llamas or alpacas? Which one?
Wait, I mean, that's like a controversial subject here.
Mm.
You gotta pick one.
I have an alpaca farm near me where I grew up, yeah, and they sell scarves. Not made out of the skin, but out of the fur. The alpacas are safe. So yeah, there are some alpacas near me. I don't know. They're quite angry creatures, aren't they?
Yeah,
spit at you and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. See, I think if a human was to spit at them, we kind of look at it and be like, that's out of order. So yeah, I'm not. That's an interesting question.
From llamas to baby giraffes and everything else in between.
But yeah, actually, my lock screen is of I'll show you it. Right? It's of a koala. Hugging a little koala. Anyone have a look at that?
Yeah. You ready for the next song? Sir?
I am. This is going to be my final song. So thank you very much for having me. I hope I haven't been too random with the questions.
White lips, pale face, breathe